round two of our table discussion with Keith. We're going to talk about the church family, what it looks like, how it functions, and what it looked like in the past and what it looks like today.
Great.
So I guess what I want to dive into first is, did the early church live more communally and rely on each other more? What is the current state of the church, and what kind of needs to be rethought? Do we have any bad habits in the church right now? Are we treating it more of like a religion as differently from a relationship with God? Are we treating it differently? What's the state?
Yeah, I think I would use the term a little bit different than communally. I would use more in community, because the church, the people of the church in their church never really gave up their individual identity. They remained as individuals, and they remained with that peculiar, unique identity for each person. But they did live very closely together in community. There was a lot of sharing of resources, not because they were forced to, not because anybody compelled them to, other than God, through the Holy Spirit compelling them to out of love to do it. But it totally remained their decision to do that. The change was not so much in rules, but the change was in attitude. People didn't look upon what they had as so much as, oh, this is mine and has to remain mine. They began to look at people and their needs and say, I can help. I can meet that need. And the second piece to living together in community is not just about meeting people's needs, but it's also about caring about one another and living life together, living life with each other, knowing what's going on in people's lives. And to the bad habits of today, it's one of my fears that we've kind of lost some of that.
Coming into church and not really engaging with people, just kind of sitting and going through the motions a little bit at times.
Right, doing our thing, and then we go home and we've got our fill, our quota for the week, and we go about and live life. And I don't think we were ever meant to be that way. I think we were meant to be the church Sunday morning all the way through Saturday. I think we were meant to actually operate and be the church. I like to encourage people really to do things together. And some of those things are what you might call highly spiritual things. Come together and pray, absolutely, and study the Bible together. I think those are great things to do. But I also like to encourage people to go to ball games together, go to dinner together, have somebody over to your house and have a meal together. The Bible talks about breaking bread. Well, that means having a meal together, spending time with one another. Go watch somebody's kids playing baseball. Be on the same team together. Have a softball team together, for crying out loud. Just don't get in any fights down at the softball field. But do things together, live life together. And when you have an issue, you need somebody to help you move. Well, let me come on over and help you carry stuff and move. Whatever it takes. But get involved with each other. I think that, to me, is living in community together. Sometimes I'm really shocked and surprised when I get a group of people together. I'll do a little exercise. It's a lot of people do it, but I'll do a little exercise and ask somebody, okay, what do you know about this person over here? How many siblings do they have? Or where did they grow up? And it's kind of amazing that people who go to church together don't know half of those answers.
Right.
We should know things about each other.
We all kind of sit in the same spot.
Absolutely.
We all have our same cup of coffee.
Get out of my pew. Don't sit there.